Zero news on the rise, bringing wrestling to our eyes. WWE, AW in the spotlight, never telling us a lie. Accurate in every report, fans cheering in delight. Zero news, our guiding light in the wrestling fight. Covering the ring with precision, no indecision. Zero news, our source are true, bringing wrestling updates, never uncouth. In the world of WWE and AEW, Zero News shines through. From SmackDown to Dynamite, Zero News gets it right. Breaking stories left and right, keeping fans inside. Analysis sharp and clear, no room for fear. With Zero News near, wrestling fans cheer.
Hello, yes, and welcome to Zero Uncut. I'm Zero, as normal.
And I'm Bobby, and as you can tell, we have a third person here today.
Yeah, we do. So do you want to introduce yourself? CJ, over to you.
What's up, guys? I'm the EVP, CJP, from Delaware. Glad to be here. Looking forward to talking wrestling with you guys.
That's cool, yeah. So many of the viewers of this channel will know CJP through DKO and every other place. Yeah, so we might as well get into it. So
when you told me CJP was coming on, I assumed it was CJ. I assumed it was CJ Perry.
Lana.
Granted, she does look a little different than what I planned.
Yeah, but no, you've had that a few times, haven't you, CJ?
Yeah. Well, once he said CJ, I'm like, wait, CJ Perry?
Yeah, that's my name too. So
So,
that's exactly my name.
So you got to sue her for gimmick infringement.
that's
Well,
what you
I am older than her, so I guess I could.
There you go.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah,
I'll take 50% of your earnings from that. I'm a
Oh,
lawyer.
right, okay, fair enough.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we might as well get into it then. So we've had quite an interesting week then of wrestling, obviously. Now, the main thing we need to talk about is this fifth man, really, that's been advertised for the War Games matches. Now, yeah, bit of a confusion here because, obviously after we spent that time in our group chat, Bobby, arguing, me and you, over who the fifth man was,
Yeah.
right? I found out something yesterday. Well, I actually found out something this morning because somebody sent me something. They were actually
I saw
at the tapings.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't anything to do with the spoilers. Obviously what we all seen about and I will say spoiler alert for anyone out there. Obviously the spoiler shows Bronson Reed and Seth potentially joining the teams.
Yeah.
Now, what wasn't mentioned in the spoiler, and this was from somebody who was actually at the show, Adam Pearce comes out during the show after the brawl and turns around and states it's not happening, and that basically that Seth and Bronson are now dealt with. It's not. That's the end of it. They will not be touching again, basically. So there's that one. And apparently at the end of the show, they showed a graphic up on the screen of the Usos actually going around saying we're going to have to go and find someone else on SmackDown for it. So they're still teasing to go for that one. And it also said about Solo in that, saying they're going to find somebody on SmackDown now.
And SmackDown's live this Friday. So
yeah. Now what people were saying was they reckon what's going to happen is, and what it seems like the way that it's going is they're going to obviously then ask Cody and KO next. That's obviously coming. So Team Roman will ask Cody. You have Team Solo ask KO and stuff, and they're probably going to do it that way. And personally, from what I'm hearing and what a lot of other people are hearing as well, is that fifth man, if we even get one, will not show up until the actual event. So we will not actually know until Survivor Series hits. And then they're going to do it as like that surprise. So all the other four will be in there, and at each one, their music will hit, and then we'll just find out them, basically, actually at the event or on the go-home show for SmackDown just beforehand. That's when we'll find out.
If we're not finding out till the day of, or till the match happens, I think that strengthens the chances of the final boss being in War Games.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is
Well,
because
if it's a legit surprise day of, right then and there, it's got a shot.
yeah. Well, I mean the sorry the this then leads into the other bit of news actually as well, and that we need to talk about is WrestleVotes yesterday. This is why I was asking you just before we came on. Have you seen any WrestleVote stuff?
Nope.
He has confirmed that CM Punk will be at Survivor Series. He has turned around and said that basically that Punk will be at Survivor Series. He has confirmed that Punk is due to not just make an appearance, but also be involved at Survivor Series.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you don't hype it up like a major return like it was last year. Like, we don't need him. Like, that's what the whole gripe was from me.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the thing as well that obviously that like myself again has been hearing and a couple of others as well is because I've spoke to and CJ knows this person as well as Andrew Baydela. I've spoke to him as well. He has some insider sources as well, and he's got it down and so have I as well that Heyman is going to introduce the fifth guy. And that basically that at the actual event, Heyman's going to randomly show up and introduce the fifth guy just as they are waiting for that one. And then Punk's music and that and do it that way. So then Punk will be in War Games. And that win
on Team Roman.
To be the thing is people will be like, oh, but it makes no sense, but it'll be the connection to Heyman because they've already done that tease beforehand, haven't they? Where Roman was in the where Heyman was in the ring and that, and obviously Punk was in there as well. So they've done that tease for it.
What name did I throw out at you the other day that I wanted for Team
I can't
Roman?
remember. You've said loads of them.
Because it's the Heyman connection. And I think
we were talking about Brock, weren't we?
Yeah, not Brock. I feel like you could have done this and you could have teased Roman versus Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Remember, Braun Breaker. And didn't Roman send Heyman to be with Braun Breaker that night?
Yeah. I mean, the only way which you can do that is
Roman's a face and Braun's a heel, but
yeah. Well, that's the thing is Solo could recruit Braun. Solo could recruit Braun Breaker.
Yeah, and then the moment.
So you have it that way.
Oh my goodness! Could you imagine Braun versus Roman? Well, Brock versus Braun too, but
yeah. But there's also rumors as well that Braun Strowman's back not next week, but a week after.
That's a heck of that's a fast recovery. But then again,
he's been doing indie shows. He's been special guest referee in indie shows.
Didn't he tear his groin?
But he's last week he done a special guest refereeing indie show for something in that, and apparently he got physical there. So
he's set to do another show in December at his hometown, Waukesha, Wisconsin, Waukesha, something like that.
So I mean, obviously listening for those bits and pieces there. Obviously, what WrestleVotes dropped was do we think obviously anything is going to go down? Like obviously with Punk obviously being at the event, like I said, my speculation is, and what I'm hearing is he's going to be involved with War Games. But I mean, what do you guys think? Obviously, on the whole, on it all, do you think it's going to be Punk as the fifth guy for Team Roman, or do we think?
Can go first, but I'll just say off the bat.
I mean, he does have the Heyman connection. I don't know. Like, he was supposed to fight Gunther at Survivor Series. So is he going to show up and like make a challenge to Gunther like after his match with Priest, or is he going to be involved in War Games? I mean, it could go either way. I feel like with that, because I feel like they should. If they're not going to do Gunther and Punk at Survivor Series, maybe Saturday night's main event. I think that's what he's going to do, but that's just my prediction on that.
I agree. I think Punk Gunther is going to be Saturday night's main event because they're trying to push that like it's a big show. I don't see Punk being in War Games. I think, unfortunately, he did do the Hell in a Cell, granted, but in War Games he could limit himself. But I just don't see him doing it. I don't know. I feel like the safe bet here is Cody Rhodes is the fifth man.
Yeah.
Because he's not on the card. He's not booked for Survivor Series.
I think it's dangerous. it's dangerous to have. I think it's dangerous to have Punk because you remember what happened last year. He got hurt, so he's very injury prone. And if they have a Mania match already booked for him to face Seth, then it's dangerous putting him in back-to-back cage matches. I don't think they should do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think because he's probably still banged up from the cell, which after watching that match is very understandable. Drew still hasn't been seen. I just think like this could be a mistake because like Punk got injured in the Rumble match. Like the Rumble match is where you come back to like ease your way into it. But I don't know. I think the fifth man of Team Roman is Cody, but then fifth man is Cody.
It makes the most sense to do it that way. But if he's not fighting KO, because KO could easily join solo and say, okay, I want to go after Roman already, and now put Cody in there with him. It makes him want to join up with solo.
True, yeah. That's the way around this. You could make KO the fifth man, and then that with him and Sammy. I just want to see Rock and War Games. Truthfully.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It.
You did say that to me several times, didn't you? I remember that actually.
Like, come on. Who a few years ago would have had this possibly happening? Rock being in War Games? It's insane.
Yeah. I can't see it because, again, going back to the injury thing as well, is if he gets injured in War Games, then that screws over all of his promotional tours. That screws over basically everything, doesn't it? And like,
but there is a way around it in War Games. Think about what Orton did last year.
Yeah,
he was in the match total, what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
He did his few moves. That was it.
Yeah, but no, yeah. Just personally for me, I don't think Rock's going to be in it, but obviously everyone's got their own different opinions. But we'll find out, won't we? We'll find out in what, 3 weeks is it? No, it's about 2.5 weeks now. Nothing to War Games.
Thanksgiving is 2 weeks from tomorrow, so like 16 days.
Yeah, because it's on the 30th or whatever, isn't it? So yeah, so
I don't think Brock. I don't think there's any chance it's Brock. I thought about it, and it's just. I don't know. Like, I mean, has he been cleared? Like, if so, then I guess it's a possibility. He's a Heyman guy. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out on the 30th anyway. And then however many days that is, 16 days or whatever.
Brock being in War Games is an insane thought.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And Solo's team stand no chance if you've got Roman and Brock on the same team, and obviously they're like the Usos and stuff as well. So yeah,
that would be a cool routine. But also at this point, I feel like he should just save Brock for the Rumble.
Just his music just hits at the Rumble. Yeah, that could work.
That place would go berserk.
Yeah, that would do. Yeah. Now, whilst we're on the subject then of Bloodline and stuff like that, WrestleVotes also as well yesterday revealed that there will be no new Bloodline members joining the main roster. So they're all going to be NXT. So even when Zilla signed, there's been a lot of people saying, oh my God, Zilla's going to come on up and join Roman and stuff like that. He's not. WrestleVotes has now confirmed this, that any new Bloodline members that come on into the company will be going to NXT.
Hikuleo, whenever he decides to show up.
Well, he's already signed. He signed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been signed for like 8 months, right?
Yeah. And Lance has been signed since June, but he's injured. So I reckon what they're probably waiting for Lance to be fully able to go, and then him and Hikuleo will show up together, and that and possibly do a dominating run on NXT then. But go into the tag division there. But yeah, so obviously it is a bit of a shame not having any of the new Bloodline members joining up with the Bloodline currently. But I mean, where they're sort of treating NXT as that third show, and with Roman with the Bloodline and that going to Raw come January, that they could potentially do that crossover, couldn't they? And they could potentially have the Bloodline show up on NXT.
They should do the draft in January this time around.
Well, they've got to do something because it's I keep hearing trades that apparently they're just going to trade 8 random superstars to SmackDown. And the thing is, Drew is meant to be going to SmackDown because they're saying he's got nothing else to do on Raw. So Drew's meant to be going to SmackDown, so he then stands a chance of going for the Undisputed Championship.
But he's got to cost Punk the title shot.
Yeah, probably or whatever. Well, I don't know.
You know that's going to happen.
I think Punk's going to Mania as champ, and that Punk's going into Mania as champ.
So you're telling me I had to suffer all year without Drew getting a world title win, but Punk gets his?
Yeah. Punk was meant to have his for Mania 40, but of course he got injured, didn't he?
I had to suffer in person for one of those at WrestleMania 40.
I was there too.
Yeah, if you could see my reaction, I have a video on YouTube. Within that 5 minutes, I was the happiest guy in the place, and then I was the saddest guy in the place.
I've got the videos still somewhere, but I just haven't uploaded them to the stream, so I can't really show them.
Let me put it to you this way, CJ. There was a random family that I met that day consoling me.
Oh my gosh.
A random family I'd never met before.
So you went to night 2 then. I went to night 1.
Yeah, I only did night 2, and I'm so glad I did.
Yeah. No.
With that ending.
Yeah. But no, yeah. So that was so that's the news then roughly for this week. I don't think much else has come down really, wrestling news wise. No, I can think of.
The U.S. title is there?
The women's U.S. title got introduced on SmackDown now. Quite interestingly, though, they kind of said it's meant to be over both brands, but there's an Intercontinental Women's Championship being made as well. So maybe there's
also a Netflix title being made.
No. That's Ringside News predicting that.
Oh, well, no, Tiffany Stratton said it, so that's what.
Oh yeah. She said she would like that one, but that was teasing the.
I thought that was like a.
No. That was no. What that was that Tiffany was saying about that because she was saying that they could have used that for like the women's mid card title, but obviously now we've got the women's United States Championship in, so. Yeah, so obviously we've got that one now. Who do we predict then is going to be the first women's US champion? I think I know who Bobby's going to say for this one. I can predict it already, really.
I think we might have different. What does her first name start with?
C.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
I love her. I love her. She's phenomenal.
So who do you think then, CJ? Who do you think?
Carmella. No.
Should be the winner of it.
I mean, if they're not going to do the Tiffany Stratton cash in, which they've been teasing for like 4 months straight now, like, why not have her cash in and be the? I mean, because what are they doing? Like, when are they going to cash this in? Like, it's been teased. But honestly, I think I say not Naomi. Put it on a baby face. They got 2 heel champions right now. I don't know. That's my guess. Just
I mean, I kind of agree. It's like I think the way they might end up doing it is the reason why they're holding off is whoever wins that championship, Tiffany will cash in on straight away, and then take it off them basically and do it that way. So
see that is when I hate how they use Money in the Bank when they're cashing in on the mid card.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I start to be like, yeah, this is not like when Austin Theory cashed in on the United States champion.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's not going to cash in, like she's had 3 months of PPLEs, like
I think it's going to happen. Maybe even at Saturday night main event.
Survivor Series is a good chance to do it there.
She's now also been teasing that she might cash in on that first Raw on Netflix and that. So it's like she's literally just teasing wherever.
I think they're trying to make hers a big moment, and I think there's a lot of big moments coming up. Hence Survivor Series, Saturday night. I keep wanting to say Saturday Night Live. Saturday night's main event. The first Raw on Netflix. Heck, you know what? You could even. We've never seen it cash in at the Rumble, right?
No, never have done. No. I mean, that could be a possibility, but
there's a lot of big chances coming up. Yeah. That's the thing.
Apparently, as well, that last Raw of the year and the last the last Raw of the year. They're saying as well. So the one which is normally aired on like I don't know whatever date that will be on this year.
To send out USA with a bang.
Yeah, apparently, but it's being described as historical and something that we've never seen before. So I don't know what that's going to like. what's going to happen on that one.
Wait, what would the last Raw be of?
Well, the thing is I've looked at their scheduling and they're
December
pre-taping.
30th.
Well, that one's going to be pre-taped because looking at their scheduling that they've got, it's being taped on the 16th. Because literally on the 16th of December, they're taping all the way through till January.
Mm-hmm.
Until that very first live one.
So unless you do it on the 16th, you can't have a Money in the Bank cash in spoiled, you know?
No. So it probably won't be on that one. So if anything, it's either going to be going into the new year or it'll be on that New Year's Raw, if anything.
Do you guys remember what they did in 2019 with Rhea Ripley? That would be cool to do again. Like it was like December. It was like December 17th.
Yeah.
But they were like, this is the final live NXT of the year. Or no, it was like December 20th or something. They were like, this is the final live NXT of the year.
Yeah, she won.
And Rhea Ripley won the title. It's like they could hype it up. They're like, this is the final live Raw of the year.
I mean, if they're trying to get to Stratton and Flair, which I think personally that's where they're going to Mania, because I mean Charlotte Flair is ready to come back right now. She just doesn't have anything to do. I don't think she shows up to a Rumble, but she's got to cash in if they're gonna do that. They got to start it.
So but then the question versus Charlotte and Mania.
Yeah. Huh. But then the question is who does she cash in on? Is it Nia or is it Liv? That's the thing as well.
Well,
I don't think she cashes in on Liv. I think Rhea's booked to beat Liv.
Yeah. Rhea's got that moment penciled in at Mania.
Yeah. It's
as long as she can stay healthy.
Should be. I mean, she's come back pretty quickly, but spoiler alert. Yeah, Rhea's back. Rhea came back pretty quickly, didn't she? So
whatever. Tiffany and Nia have the history, so I think you gotta do that.
Yeah. The Tiffany's the one to dethrone Nia and stuff. Obviously, that would probably be the way.
And like I said, there's plenty of big moments coming up that you could do. Plenty.
Yeah,
it's just who does Rhea go to Mania? Like, do we do Rhea maybe EO at Mania? I don't know where they go with the Rhea after Liv because there's really nothing.
I think Rhea Liv at Mania.
Oh, you think it's going to go to Mania?
Now,
and then
I've seen something quite interesting that was brought up about that one. Rhea Liv Becky. That's just me. At Mania. Yeah, Rhea Liv Becky triple threat.
Becky's on AEW though.
No, she's not. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to AEW.
Yeah. No, she's not. Becky Liv Rhea. I feel like
that way.
Here's the thing. I feel like you got to end this story, like Rhea and Liv. So like adding Becky is kind of. I mean, I get Becky was involved, but
I mean, the only way which you can really get around that is to properly end it. You have Becky win the title.
Yeah.
So Becky wins the title, and that way then neither Liv's champion or Rhea's champion, and Becky's champion, and then you can finally get to that Rhea Becky feud as well that people have been teasing or whatever.
Well, we had that already though.
Yeah, but they were meant to be teasing it again, weren't they? I think.
Well, yeah, they were probably going to do another match, but Rhea got injured.
You don't have Becky win the Rumble though, right? Like Charlotte Flair's got to be the odds-on favorite to win the Rumble.
Yeah.
You think Charlotte wins the Rumble?
I do.
Yeah.
See, I think Rhea wins the Rumble. But then again, you could have Rhea win the Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Is obviously that's the other thing we've got to think of as well. Is you'll have that female Chamber, won't you, for it? So.
But then again, this would be a 2-time winner any way we slice it. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. Charlotte's been out a while, man. I just can't see them bringing her back to the Rumble and her not winning, though. You know, like.
Yeah.
If they're trying to get to Tiffany and Charlotte at Mania.
Yeah. They will. There's got to be something going on, aren't there? Really? Charlotte's going to be not one.
Going back to the last SmackDown of the year, December 27th. That's live, right?
That's going to be live. Yeah, the SmackDown's live. The Raw. It's just the Raw one that's pre-filmed. So I mean, you could have the cash in there, couldn't you? Yeah. You could have that one. Yeah.
Last SmackDown of the year.
Yeah. So I mean. Because the only other thing that the only other issue that they've obviously got, not really issue, but obviously next year, because we were discussing this on last week's stream, was Raw is going to actually be live as it's airing, so whichever country it's in at. So you guys over there will get it at like 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Wait, which one is that for?
You know, on the road to WrestleMania, where they're doing where you've got like the one in Italy, Spain, stuff like that, and over here as well.
We're gonna get a lot of taped shows for a few
Well,
weeks.
Well, it won't be taped. They're actually airing them live on Netflix. So it'll just mean that you can then watch them at any time. So say
but what about SmackDown though?
The SmackDown ones, they're not. The SmackDown ones are also going to be live at the same time as well on USA Network. So they're doing all of them live. Basically, yeah, that's the plan for next year. Yeah, they're doing them all live. So the time they're being done at will be done that way. But if you notice, there's more Raws than there is SmackDowns that are being done. I think there's like one SmackDown or something, which is from over here, and that, or something like that. But yeah, but they've already said that the Raws, for example, so say like it'd be 7 p.m. start here, which is what it's been recently for any of them. That would be like
2 p.m.
Yeah, that'd be 2 p.m. for you guys over there. Yeah, but the beauty with Netflix is obviously you can watch it at any time, so it'll be on there straight away. So saying that like you're not available till like 3 p.m. your time or whatever, you can literally just come in and just push start, watch from start, and then basically be as if it's there. So that's how they're going to do it. Obviously, I don't know how they're going to do it with the USA Network, but it's that's basically what WrestleVotes and that said as well, and also some of the reports as well is that the Raws next year will be live as they're doing it. So it's going to be no more tape shows. The only time we're probably going to have a tape show is Christmas, if anything. That'll probably be one there. That like Christmas and maybe Thanksgiving next year, they'll have them as probably taped ones, but otherwise short of that, it's going to be as it's happening. So again, the Saudi Arabia, if they do another Raw in Saudi Arabia, you'll probably have that, Saudi Arabian time. So that'll be, what time would that be for you guys? Like
it's
a Saudi show.
Noon, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so it'll be on at that time. I mean, because this is the thing as well. The reason why they're not worrying about that is when they go to Netflix, they don't have TV ratings. That's the thing. So TV ratings won't matter to who's tuning in at what time. As long as they'll get the total number of viewers after like 24 hours, or so that'll be what they base it on going forwards. So it won't be anything to do with that. So I mean, Dave Meltzer can shut up about his TV ratings after that.
No, he won't.
AEW, but yeah,
NXT still got them. SmackDown still got them.
Yeah, they'll still try and compare it that way, but yeah, so that's the news anyway for that one. So we might as well get into it then. So as normal then, so hang on, I've got to load up the right site now. I've got 2 different websites open here. So yeah, so this week then, so Raw. Did you guys both watch Raw or whatever? I wasn't sure.
For the most part,
I think you watched it, did you?
I did, yeah.
I think I may have missed like the middle of the match for the main event, but I know how it ended.
Were you actually watching it, or were you at work? I can't remember.
I was listening, but
fair enough. You were listening. Well, I'm using a brilliant website here called wrestlingforyou.co.uk for this report, and it's one of our local reporters. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's one of the reporters out there, which is Leo, who's done this report. So Bobby knows Leo guy as well. So yeah, you did. So
yeah.
Hello, Leo, if you are listening.
Leo.
For this
I'll see you soon for a stream.
So we'll just quickly run through then like what we normally do on the show. So the show started off then with Gunther and a Damian Priest segment where they basically just talk about loads of random stuff basically for that one. Priest comes out and says about how Gunther has started doubting himself since becoming champion. The Killer Champion is dead, and he tempts Gunther to hit him. Obviously, he brings up that Cody Rhodes pinned him at Saudi Arabia as well. So that was that one. Ludwig Kaiser interrupts and tells Priest that Gunther has beaten him before, and he's the ring general. So yeah, so that was that segment there. Anything about those segments that you want to bring up?
Seemed like for me, it felt like when I watched it live, I don't know, it felt like they were teasing Gunther maybe trying to go babyface a little bit with the hesitation to slap Priest, and then the interaction with Tiffany's man. I don't know, it just for me it felt like they were teasing a babyface for Gunther. I mean, that's what I got out of it.
I just put together what you said. He was teasing with Tiffany's man.
Yeah, whatever his name is, I can't think of his name.
For a minute, I was like,
Tiffany Stratton.
Ludwig.
Yeah, Ludwig Kaiser.
Whatever you call it.
I just call him Tiffany's man.
Well, that's his biggest accomplishment. So.
Oh, 100%.
You can't.
No, you can't fault him there. No.
Yeah, no, I don't blame that.
Yes, what was that one?
Yeah, it was rather interesting. I don't remember much of this. I got to be honest with you. What was I doing? I think I was watching football and trying to listen.
Oh, fair enough. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So we then move in then to it was Damage Control versus Pure Fusion Collective. Now we had a return during this one of Dakota Kai. She's obviously back from injury, and that made it then a 3v3 match rather than the original advertised 2 versus 2 or whatever it was. So yeah, Dakota Kai obviously returned for that one. Damage Control won the match. So anything on that one that you guys liked or disliked or anything like that really?
It's cool to see Dakota Kai back.
Big return, yeah. Definitely like that.
She's been injured a lot recently, so that's good.
I was gonna say how long we giving it till she's injured again.
That's what I was like. Oh yeah, I forgot about her. Wow.
I would have thought, if anything, again, that would have been a Rumble return, but then we can't have everyone return at the Rumble. The amount of injuries that they've got at the moment, that will literally just the Rumble will just compete with just people injured, basically.
Yeah, that's true. You got Becky, you got Charlotte. You would have had Dakota, Asuka,
Alexa,
Carmella.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's others. I'm forgetting.
Thumbs up thing on the screen.
Oh yeah, even though that is a thumbs up, I guess. Here, there we go. I'm sure there's other names. I would have said Rhea until last Monday. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of returns in the Rumble, and there might be an NXT call up, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah, I think there's going to be quite a few, but yeah, we'll get into that one in a minute. So that was quite interesting there. Obviously. Yeah, and then we move on to Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods versus Pete Dunne, or Butch, as R-Truth keeps referring to him as. That was quite funny. Obviously, Pete Dunne won that match, and we had more of the tease of the New Day breaking up slightly after this. So,
have they announced when the anniversary is?
No, they haven't.
Like the date?
Which is weird. No,
because I know it's coming. I couldn't remember if they said a date.
I think what about a Big E return for that, for that anniversary?
Definitely have to do it. I don't know if.
Yeah.
I mean, interesting.
They're gonna split. They're gonna have to bring him to try to bring them back together.
Yeah, because if Woods turns on Kofi right there, he can't really do anything to Big E. Can't really get physical with him.
Yeah.
No. I mean, Big E could probably throw a punch or something, couldn't he? But he won't be able to take any bumps or anything, really.
Yeah, no, and it's really not worth it to take the bumps.
No. Well, it depends, obviously, whether Big E is actually signed back in, because we don't know. He keeps saying that he's ready and stuff, and that he's hoping to get back into ring shape. So, but this could be another Edge thing, where don't forget, Edge was denying it all the way up to the day of the Rumble that he wasn't able to come back because his neck and that wasn't in a fit state, and then his music hit them, didn't it? The Rumble. So I mean, this could be another Edge situation, is what I'm thinking with that one. So yeah, I mean, that's a possibility there. Anything else you guys thought about that segment, or anything else you want to bring up on that one before we move on?
No, nothing really.
No. Right, so then Bronson Reed segment next then. So Bronson labels himself as a monster and will take out Seth Rollins or anyone in his way. Calls out Rollins. They brawl until it's split up by security and referees. And that obviously leads into the spoilers for next week, but we won't get into that one. We'll wait for that Raw to play out, because in that way then we'll be able to get all the backstage segments and everything like that as well that was not shown to the actual crowd at the time. Then we have Damian Priest versus, as CJ would say, Tiffany's man, Ludwig Kaiser. We then have, so Damian actually won that match. I can't even remember seeing that match, to be fair.
Yeah,
I don't know what I was doing at that time, but yeah, I can't remember.
I don't remember much about it. No,
that wasn't the main event. No,
the tag match was the main event. the tag
Oh
team.
yeah.
Yes,
Dude,
yes. It's like,
see, 2 days later, and just Raw is a complete
yeah,
blur.
it's I can't remember any of that match or really like watching much
I
of
don't
it.
remember it. I was probably watching football too.
No, I don't know what I was doing. I might have fallen asleep during it and woke back up again. So that's big because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning for me at that point. So yeah.
Excuses.
Oh right, okay. Yes, and then we then move in then to a segment then involving the Final Testament, the Miz, and a Wyatt Six segment, where Final Testament take Miz to the ring as tensions escalate. The Wyatt Six comes out and brawl with the Final Testament, but Miz helps them and they stand tall. So we've got that one, and then we then go into the main event. Then, actually, first of all, anything on that Wyatt Six segment, and everything like that, like, where do we think this is going to lead to?
I do like how the Miz is saying he's a changed man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they're doing something with the Wild Six. They haven't done anything with them in a while. Like this is something a feud I guess they could have for a little while with Final Testament. So
I mean, the thing is obviously even when Bray was alive, Karrion somehow said that he wanted to always do something with Bray on that because the original plans was meant to be they were going to have Bray and Alexa versus Karrion and Scarlett. And that was a match that they were planning, but obviously then Bray unfortunately obviously passed away, so they couldn't ever get to that because they wanted that to be a WrestleMania match, but obviously they never got to that one. So that was that one there. So I mean, yeah, I agree. At least they're doing something with them now and that, and Karrion's still sort of getting sort of the match in he, but it's with Bo instead, so it's still kind of relevant and stuff for it really. And then we then move in into the main event then, which is the Women's Tag Team Championship match, which is Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, everyone going into this match thought that they were going to, as they call it, triple belt Liv. By thinking that Liv was going to obviously walk out with another championship, but
even though she doesn't carry around 2 belts, but
yeah. And then Liv, but luckily though, Jade and Bianca retained. Now, we all know this is going to lead to a split between Jade and Bianca when they finally drop. But
yeah,
my question is who do we think they're going to drop to? That's what I'm thinking. But that's the thing.
I don't know. I think that match was terrible because why do you have Bianca pin the women's champion? Like Raquel needs to eat the pin right there. Because I mean, what are they gonna do? Like, are they gonna have Bianca and Liv? Like, what? There's got to be something to come out. Why does the champ get pinned right there? Like Raquel's our bodyguard. She needs to eat the pin. As far as who takes the title off of them, I don't know. Maybe Damage Control. I don't know. Maybe Jakara and I don't know.
Chelsea and Piper.
Possible.
I'm all for Chelsea getting her hands on any belt she can.
I had a theory on this myself. Was because I think we talked about this last week on the stream. Was Julia and Stephanie are only actually meant to be having a short run on NXT, so maybe they challenge the champs on a NXT or whatever, and then we have the title change there. It's like since Stephanie and Julia won those belts because of course they haven't won the women's championships, have they? Like if there's 2 of them, they're really pushing them. Put the women's tag championships on them, and that way, then what they can do is they can then showcase them on all 3 brands. Because then they can have Stephanie and Julia, and then basically then do what NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. That obviously then push them because that they're making them sort of like the new sort of face of the women's division, aren't they, on NXT and wherever they are? So to make them really big and stuff like that. So it's like, that's just my theory. But what do we think? Yeah, what do we think about Raw overall then? In the end,
it was alright. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the ending, like I said, having Liv get pinned, I think Raquel needs to eat the pin there. And then just having all these ladies come out, like it really felt Vince McMahon book to me, that the ending. having Nia, like Nia and Liv faced each other like 2 weeks ago, and now they're teaming up. Like, I don't know. I felt like it feels really rushed together. The ending of that, I don't know. I didn't really like that, but it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah. Now I didn't actually watch NXT last night, so I don't know about this one. Did you want to know the NXT stuff, Bobby? I mean, I've got it here, but I can.
Yeah, we could recap it. I watched a good chunk of it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've got it loaded up here, so I'll go for it. You guys are obviously going to have to mainly carry this one because I didn't watch it. So, so the show opened up then with Julia and Stephanie versus Lash Legend and Jakira Jackson. What was the match like? Because, like I said, I know that I can see that Julia and Stephanie won, but like, I obviously didn't watch any of it. So
it was okay. You know, nothing special, nothing to write home about.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was just there. You know, this is just to build up Julia and Stephanie. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, that one. So let's have a look. So, okay, yeah, and then there was a commercial break, and they advertised during that there's NXT superstars on Trivial Pursuit this Thursday on the CW, being Trick Williams, Lola Vice. Yeah, well, this is what it says on this review here. Yeah, so it says there are NXT superstars on Trivial Pursuit this Thursday on the CW. It's Trick Williams, Lola Vice, Wesley, and Roxanne Perez. So, yeah, basically that one there.
Cool.
All right.
Yes, there's that one. This will be the thing that you were probably on about in the next match. So we then move into the women's Iron Survivor Challenge Ruka one. So I'm guessing that's the one where you messaged me last night, Bobby, and said that
you went in and out that entire time. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I went what?
Your mic like crapped out that entire sentence.
Okay, okay,
all
yeah.
I
So
heard was, this is probably the one you're talking about.
Okay, so it was the Soul Ruka. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm on about the Soul Ruka and the Cora Jade match.
Okay, because your mic went out again just a second ago. Okay. I looked at CJ. I'm like, "Are you hearing this?"
It's my laptop, isn't it? Playing up. So.
I heard Soul Ruka, but yes. Cora Jade has not won a match since she's been back, I think.
Yeah.
Because her first match was the tag match of Halloween Havoc. They lost that. 10-woman tag last week. Lost that. I thought for sure she'd be in the Iron Survivor. But, like, is she going up without getting a run as the NXT Women's Champion? I don't know. I think that's a mistake, personally.
Do we not think that they're going to maybe have her be the one that dethrones Roxanne?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if the Iron Survivor, whoever it is, eventually beats Roxanne. But, like, to not have Cora in this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But then again, you could just have Cora somehow, like, get into the stand and deliver match.
Yeah.
And then that's when she takes it. Maybe they're saving that moment for her. I don't know.
I worked out what happened there with my stuff. My laptop froze. So
you went out right before you were about to say it. It went out, and I'm like,
yeah, no, it's fine. I've worked out what it is now, so I've moved over to my phone now. So.
All I heard was Soul Ruka. I'm like, all right, I know where he is.
Yeah. So that means that Soul Ruka.
I don't think they're gonna do a last chance to get in, right?
I don't know. Maybe not.
It's just so maybe they're saving Cora for stand and deliver, or maybe Cora's on her way up. I don't know.
Possibly.
You know?
Yeah. Possibly. I mean, she's been in NXT for a while, hasn't she? So they're going to be getting her next year.
I think it's safe to say what Roxanne has been doing the past. When did she win that title?
Can't remember.
She's on the wall.
Was it April?
Probably.
Think so. Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that would have been Cora.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say at this point that was Cora's spot, but they had to pivot because she blew out her knee.
So, yes, and then so that means then that Soul Ruka will be the first of 5 women to be in the Iron Survivor Challenge.
And I like Soul Ruka. Don't get me wrong; she's crazy athletic, but it's just weird.
No, yeah. So we then move on then. So according to this, then we then have a couple of segments where you had Wesley and Cedric were backstage talking about their matches coming up. Both focused on winning. Carmen Petrovic was talking to Dion Lennox backstage. Brinley Reese walked up to wonder what they were talking about. So yeah, they just did a segment there basically, where it then sets up Brinley sets up something for next week. It doesn't say on here what that was. There's then a video package next then of NXT GM Ava talking to NXT tag teams. Josh Briggs was there, but he walked out. Ava pointed out the teams in the room. There were Gallus, OTM, Hank and Tank, the family, Tyson and Tariq, and No Quarter Catch Crew. There was some trash talking between the teams. Ava told them they need to do more than talk because they needed to show her. So we'll see that one there.
So going back just for a second, Roxanne won the belt on April 6th of this year.
All right.
And I'm not sure on dates, but that lines up with Stand and Deliver.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, so that must be that one there. Then we now move in then to the men's Iron Survivor qualifying match, which was Cedric Alexander versus Wesley. Winner by pinfall was Wesley for that one.
Obvious result there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It turns out that match was only about 11 minutes long, so I'm guessing that was a pretty quick one. Like I said, I didn't watch any of this, so you guys are mainly going to have to carry this one. Was there any interesting points in that match? Do you remember, or if that really, or
honestly, I turned this off to watch the college football rankings, and this is the part I missed of the show.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole match, but it was very expected winner, sure.
Yeah, that's why I was like, all right, I don't mind missing this because I know who's going to win this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough. Then we now have a segment then with Tony D'Angelo where it says he was eating at a restaurant. Sean Spears walks in with Brooke Jensen. Spears sat down at the table to exchange some words. Tony said it took him 3 years to win a title like this. Spears said he doesn't want a title and said he wants Brooks to win the title. So it looks like that's what they're setting up for next then. For that one there. NXT champion Trick Williams was shown walking backstage, ready for some promo time. Kalani Jordan was interviewed as well backstage by Byron Saxton. Jordan said she's going to get her title back tonight. Fair enough for that one. Like I said, I'm literally just skipping through this. Trick Williams then comes out and does a promo there. It says Trick made his entrance as the NXT champion. Trick called out Ridge. However, Andre Chase of Chase University walked out from the crowd. Chase said that he's not done with Ridge Holland by a long shot. So I was obviously wrong with my prediction there of them writing Chase off until the Rumble and then him coming up there, wasn't I? Because that's what I said a couple of shows back when we were talking about
Chase might win this. I'm not ruling it out. The way they built it up, and Ridge said you can't win the big one. You always fail. Chase might win this one.
Yeah.
What, you think Chase might become NXT champion? Or whatever?
No. I'm not saying he'll beat Trick, but I'm saying I think he might beat Ridge next week.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Possibly. So that obviously then sets up that one. Well, obviously, like what you said. So next week is going to be Ridge Holland versus Andre Chase. And the winner gets a shot at Trick Williams for the NXT title at Deadline. So we're going for Andre Chase then, are we? To win that one?
I think Chase has got this one.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Well, we'll be discussing that on whenever the NXT Deadline stream or pre-stream will be for that one as well when it comes to it.
That's a few weeks. Is that a week after Survivor Series?
Yeah, week after. Yeah, because you've got because that's on Saturday, isn't it? Saturday the 7th.
I think it's Saturday, December 7th.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so that'd be that one. That'd be the last pay-per-view of the year as well. No, well, we know because we've got the Saturday night main event one, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we got that one. Nikita
It's like
Lyons,
3 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Nikita Lyons makes her entrance for singles action next, where she is facing Adriana Rizzo. Obviously, Nikita Lyons won. I expected that one when obviously that match was announced there. So, again, any points from that one? Because this review here doesn't actually give me any points or whatever. So
yeah, this was just a win that Nikita needed to get back on track. Because she lost last week to Kalani.
I agree.
Yeah, and then we have another men's Iron Survivor qualifying match, which was Javon Evans versus Lexis King.
Another obvious one.
Javon Evans wins. Yeah, again, another obvious one, wasn't it? Where Javon's being pushed, isn't he? Really, especially legends and stuff.
Javon Evans being in that Iron Survivor, that could be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. He's getting pushed hard.
I'm wondering whether they're going to, obviously, when they call up a load of people next year, like for example, like Trick and stuff, whether Javon's going to be the champion at that point, and that how much they're pushing him. That's what I'm thinking, is whether they're going to, whether we could potentially be seeing Javon Evans as NXT champion. But again, there's also a lot of talk about Femi becoming champion as well.
Yeah,
I still think Wesley deserves a crack at the belt.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them do on NXT, don't they? So
true. Yeah.
So they've then said there was a preview for next week's matches. So it says men's and women's Iron Survivor challenges continue. You've then got an NXT Championship #1 contenders match, which is Andre Chase versus Ridge Holland. And if Chase loses, then Chase U must disband. That means Chase is winning. Obviously,
I think once Ridge hit him with the "you can't win the big one," I was like,
yeah, I think he wins.
I was like, Chase might have this. It might be a fluke. It might be like a roll up, but
and also then have Tony D'Angelo versus Brooks Jensen, Carmen Petrovic and Ashanti Diadonis versus Brinley Reese and Dion Lennox. So you've got that one there. Then you go into the main event, I believe, which was the NXT Women's North American Championship, which was Fallon Henley versus Kalani Jordan. Fallon Henley wins by pinfall. Again, was there any good points from that one, or?
In the back of my head, I kind of thought at some points they were going to give it back to Kalani, and I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I would just really kill Fallon.
Yeah.
So I'm good with Fallon. Fallon's not going to have a long reign. I think Zarya is going to beat her eventually in due time. But at least, they didn't give Fallon Henley a 2-week. When was Halloween?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, at least they didn't give her a 2 to 3 week run with it.
Yeah. I mean, try and push her in that with it, isn't it? So, I mean, those three have just been thrown together because they haven't really got anything else to do with it, because all their old groups have all been disbanded and stuff. And
it's what's it called? Toxic Attraction Light.
Yeah, but they've just all been thrown together, so that was there. And then it says that
you three are hot. Let's go.
The Temu Toxic Attraction.
Temu Toxic Attraction. Yes, that's good. I like that. I like that.
It then says that the show ended with a brawl at ringside between the Gallus boys, Hanky Tang, the Anthony family,
tag teams.
So that ended that one there. So, and obviously referees and stuff tried to split them up, but as we know, the NXT referees do not.
I'm friends with one of them.
Yeah, there you are.
I know.
Yeah, there you are. So, So
every time something goes on behind that guy's back, or he tries to bring something up, I'm like, I'll message him. I'll be like, "Do you not know how to do your job?"
He obviously doesn't, does he? So
he'll message me back a few days later. Sorry.
Anything we're looking forward to over the next coming weeks, or sort of anything that we want to bring up from this week's shows or from what's happened this week?
Well, Raw's tape next week, so that's one thing.
We've got most of the points for that.
I think we're gonna have new Raw Tag Team Champions in the next few weeks.
I'm gonna make a prediction for SmackDown. I'm going to say that we see new SmackDown champions this week, tag team champions, because if not, what are they gonna do with Montez and I can't think of the other guy's name. Dawkins. So here's the thing: Montez could have a singles run, I think, but
love that.
If I kind of felt like from the interview from the Motor City Machine, they kind of felt flat. So I think we're gonna see a tag title change here and have them chase again to get the titles, because they just came in and got the title really fast. I think we see a tag title change on Friday.
No, wait, that match is Friday? Confirmed?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns, yeah.
Because remember, the Street Profits contract ends, I believe it's the end of this year.
Yep.
So this could be a way to make them, this could be the incentive to make them re-sign. Whack the belts on.
Or they're gone.
They said, or they're gone,
Yeah.
and they just want them to job out.
Right.
It's one. It'd be one of two things, yeah. They're either the contract's over ending, so they're going to job out, and that. Well, no, Friday. If they win Friday, then they've re-signed. That's the easiest
if they
way.
win Friday for sure.
Yeah.
But if they lose,
if they lose, then there's potential they've got.
You can't really afford to break up many tag teams right now. I feel like in the men's division, it's really weak with the tag teams. Like they're already teasing the split with Gargano and the other guy's name, Ciampa. Yeah, like they're definitely breaking up for sure.
As I said the other day, that's Triple H and Shawn Michaels. That is, you can't split up the acts. According to our truth, that's Triple H and Shawn Michaels, isn't it?
According to our truth.
I just feel like if they're going to re-sign, if they're going to re-sign the Street Profits, like you can't break up too many tag teams because they're already hurting in that division.
Yeah, obviously, that's granted, yeah.
But on the other hand, I feel like a Montez Ford heel solo run is so overdue.
Yeah, I think I would like to see it.
I feel like that's.
I mean, they had the heel kind of aura about them with their interview last week. So I don't know.
And with Lashley, but that never came to be.
Yeah, like he left. So like they got to pull the trigger on him to win Friday, or have Montez turn on Dawkins and have him go heel.
Yeah. I mean, it's anything's possible, but so that's a good prediction there. Then that done a good talking point. Did it? Anything from you, Bobby, that you got predictions wise for the next week or so? Or
I think in the next 2 to 3 weeks we're gonna have new Raw Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders. I think that's just. I think Triple H is trying to get the tag belts on legitimate tag teams, and while the Judgment Day is a faction, they're not a tag team. So
plus they've got to somehow chuck Carlito out because that's meant to be coming. Carlito is meant to be getting chucked out into groups. So. Yeah.
It's one of the best parts of Judgment Day.
Yeah, so somehow they've got to get to that, haven't they?
Right. Touching on that, like, did you guys see the part where Dom and Finn kind of got in each other's face, and Dom was like, "Oh, I've got closer to the world title than you have." Yeah. So they're kind of teasing something there with that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, quite.
But knowing how Triple H books, they'll break up in about 6 months.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, they'll break up. And just have them Dom versus Finn for like 3 months in a row straight.
Post Mania, they'll break up.
I think Dom needs a belt. I think they should put a title on Dom. He's got all this heat behind him. Like
the Women's United States Champion. Champion.
It's Dom. It's got to be Dom.
Yep. He's got long enough hair.
I think what they should do is they should have Dom win the tag belts by himself. They should have Dom win the tag belts by himself somehow, and then just run with them just for months defeating all these tag teams.
You could have had him beat Jay, but obviously they went in another direction with that one.
Yeah, I really thought he was going to be the one to beat Jay for sure.
Yeah, well, it was meant to be that way, wasn't it? But then they rushed it to get Jay back in the
War Games.
Yeah, to get him back in War Games. So I thought one. So that's the show this weekend. So you got your signs?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you got ready. So let's get this done then. So hit that like button and subscribe. And obviously we'll say this that also subscribe to the EVP CJP. Did you want to promote yourself a minute, CJ, whilst we're here? Or,
you can find me on X at Charlie718-03496 or at Main Event Mondays. Live every Monday on X at 5:30 p.m.
Yes, and also as well, CJ does actually have some merch out as well. Again, that is under his link tree. It's connected to his account, which buy some merchandise there. Obviously we've got merch. Bobby's also got merch as well, but don't forget to also subscribe to Bobby's Breakdowns. It is. I've got to get this one right now. So on Instagram, on YouTube, it's Bobby's Breakdowns, and on Twitter, it's Bobby's Breakdown, isn't it?
Yeah. See, I don't even remember half of it, honestly.
I had to get out of my way there. So,
and it's nice to have a show and where you can see my face this time after last week.
Yeah.
Last week I did it upstairs, and slowly you could see less of my face.
Yeah.
By the end, I'm just like, see my eyes?
Yeah. And obviously, don't forget to subscribe to ourselves here at Wrestling for You, where we also on our Discord as well have weekly watch-alongs of Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, and all the pay-per-views as well, where we actually stream the shows and talk about it as we go along as well for anyone who does need that. So thank you once again this week. Successful show. Thank you for coming on this week, CJ. Obviously, we will have you on again, at some point, and stuff, talking wrestling and just doing whatever we can do. I think what we need to do is we need to get CJ on for one of the pre-pay-per-view shows where we do our predictions.
No joke. I was just thinking Survivor Series or Deadline, or this is a little far out, but Rumble.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Anytime.
Yeah, one of the pre-pay-per-view shows, because those ones are normally fun, aren't they? Where we're arguing over the results and stuff.
We just go for it, and then we argue, and then we get a lot wrong, but we see who gets the least amount wrong out of the two of us.
Those ones are always the fun ones. So yes, that was there. I will say as well, I am officially, now that we are in the middle of November, officially the awards will be going out. Well, the awards categories will be going out. I'm hoping to get them out by the end of this week, maybe start of next week, so we can then bring that one up for our award show, which will be in December. For that one,
I always head blind into.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you don't have to type. Well, you don't know the categories, and you also don't know the winners or anything like that. So it's
I don't even know the categories. That's how blind I am to this.
So but in it quite weird as well how that Zero News guy always wins the Best Report of the Year award. You know, he always.
Didn't I win it last year?
No, you tried to rig it, so you won it last year. But
I'm pretty sure I won it.
Well, you tried to claim it was you, but then I rigged it and overrid it, basically. So,
it's just like, I'm the winner, but Zero News.
Yeah, and obviously, and also as well, it's really strange as well that Dave Meltzer always gets Worst Report of the Year award, but that's that makes sense.
Junior reporter Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, junior reporter Dave Meltzer wins it. Yeah, you know.
I remember who was it? I think it was Cultaholic. They called him a junior reporter one time, and I'm always gonna call him that.
Oh God. Yeah. No. So that's that one then. So thank you once again. So have you got anything coming up anyway, Bobby? Just before we go off, like normal, because you know your stuff, don't you?
By the time this goes out, I'm hoping to post my video tomorrow. Top 10 actors.
Yeah, so this
that was fun to record, but it was also pure chaos because I was forgetting what projects I've seen them in. So that was fun. Yeah, so go look for that. It should be out sometime this week by the time you see this. When's my next stream? I don't even know. Yeah, truthfully, I don't have any streams coming up. I don't think.
Fair enough. So
I might live stream Survivor Series. Might. As of right now, no. But it could change.
I'm trying to convince Bobby to do a 24-hour Bobby stream where literally he just comes on just for 24 hours straight, and we literally just just a load of us just literally just pop on in at random times and just insult him during the stream for 24 hours straight. You know, that's the easiest.
Or I'll do what that one dude did. 1 month of this dude actually did 1 month of like darkness.
Oh my gosh!
And he started going insane, and I'm like, well,
is that Aaron Rodgers or what?
Believe it or not, no, it was some YouTuber.
Oh god.
So that's that then. So thank you guys, and we will see you next week for another edition of Zero Uncut. This is Zero signing out for the week.
And I'm Bobby. Have a good one.
The EVP, CJP.
See you later. Goodbye. Bye-bye.